Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to another Meet the Coach video. This week we are joined by none other than the proud of Scotland himself, Frazer Brock. Frazer, thanks for joining me on the show.
Not a problem. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. So, for those of you guys who do not know, Frazer is from Glasgow, and he is coach of the Glasgow Geodudes, and he's a personal friend of mine. So I'm really looking forward to having this interview with him and actually trying to figure out about why did he what did he pick for this season and why did he pick it. So it'd be very interesting to get his take on it. But before we do all that, we always ask on this show how everybody got into Pokemon and how long they've been playing Pokemon. So Fraser, just to ask you, what got you into Pokemon and how long have you been playing it?
Well, I've been playing it for about 20 years, if I'm going to be truly honest. I always remember my friend getting Pokemon Red, and it was like the greatest game I've ever played. And I never had to wait to Christmas to get my first ever Game Boy, and then but I did get Pokemon Red with it. I had to wait for my birthday, so I got my Game Boy at Christmas, and then 3 months later it was my birthday, and I got Pokemon Red, and then it was just I was hooked ever since. And then I got Pokemon Blue and then Pokemon Yellow, and then just yeah, ever since that. So the very first release of Pokemon Red, I got it, and just been playing ever since.
All right, cool. And when did you get into competitive battling?
That was maybe a couple of years ago. Um, like out of my group of friends, I was the only one that ever played Pokemon, and I never really kind of get into competitive, but I didn't know it existed really. And then like when I always play the games, it would have like natures and abilities, and I never really understood what they meant, but I never really looked up or anything like that. And then I think it was when I got my 3DS, I got into competitive battle. I looked it up, and I was reading about breeding and IVs and EVs, and I was like, "Oh, this is a totally new world to me." It kind of opened up a whole new world of Pokemon for me, and it just basically I was just hooked again. And the game's so great, but just competitive battle made it so much better. So that was, I think, you were the second person I ever faced competitive battling. Yeah, that was it, and I think I won that match. I think you had a grass team that I just swept the Mega Houndoom. If you remember that match.
Oh, I remember that. It was yeah, I watched. It was a UU battle. It was a UU
Yeah,
battle,
yeah,
and you had the Mega Houndoom, and yeah, I remember that battle. That was a long, long time ago. That was ages
yeah.
ago. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how long back we. That's how far back we go. We go back since X and Y. So that's a lot. That's an age, man. That seems
Yeah,
like
it's a
an
long time,
age.
isn't it?
Yeah. So just for everybody else that's watching the video, why don't you tell us about your previous experience in the league-based format?
Well, I only played other one league in that. That was the NBC.
Mhm.
So that is just basically I was just like a snake formation of picking your Pokemon, and then it was just basically there was no playoffs or anything like that. So it was just basically straight up. I think it was the 12 weeks we played, and yeah, I finished second in that league.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm looking forward to this league because it's also a new format and a new battle style. So it would be great to kind of get on board and get my hands dirty with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be interesting to see how well you get on, man. It'll be it's a long league, that's for sure. For like 15 weeks, then plus playoffs, unlike the 12-week league that you were experiencing before.
Yeah, it sounds good. So hopefully I can do alright. I mean, I'm not the greatest at competitive battles. Like I don't like uh, slogging that much. I prefer to be the VGC Pokemon rules type player. But it's always a change of style, and I do pretty well in single battles. It's not really that too bad as long as I can get my team build right and cause a few problems and stuff. So that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to go really far in this league and make my stamp on it.
Yeah, hopefully so. But before we get into the before we get into your team, I've one quick question, and that is, like, you've played Pokemon since Gen 1 all the way to Gen 6, Red and Blue all the way to Oris so far. So, like, normally, like, a few people I've had on here, they've always said they've missed the game, and I always ask, has missing that game, like, lost, like, not giving them the full knowledge base on on that gen's Pokemon? So what I'm wondering is, for you, is there any kind of specific area where you're not too comfortable with your knowledge on that Pokemon, or do you feel like you have a grasp on the vast majority of the competitive Pokemon that we're going to see in this league?
Oh yeah, like I'm not totally 100% with all the stats and stuff, so I'm always constantly looking up and stuff like that. But Gen 4 and Gen 5, maybe Gen 3 as well. I'd like to say the 3 gens were the ones I'd never really played quite a lot because obviously I think it was hit my 20s then, and then it was just basically going out and not paying much attention to it. But they were probably the 3 gens that I didn't quite play religiously or anything like that. So they would be the 3 gens Pokemon I would struggle with, if anything. Um, but even saying that, like obviously the first 2 gens didn't have natures or abilities when they first came out, so like I was always used to not having the natures and abilities and stuff like that. So still kind of getting used to what abilities, well, some hidden abilities and stuff like that, what Pokemon have, and their speed and what they're kind of they're set up defensively or just to go out full attacking. So I always do my research and stuff like that to make sure I know where my team sits when I'm facing other people and stuff like that, and try my best basically that way. Because there's not a really way to do about it. If you're not really unsure, then you've got to try and make yourself aware of what you're going up against and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically, like Pokemon's always taught you to. I found a list actually. It says your team of 6 should beat this list of 50 Pokemon, and I always try and aim at that in a team build. So you always have the moves, the setups, the counters, and stuff like that. And that's what I'm trying to go for with this time around and stuff like that, and make it really competitive and a good challenge as well.
All right, cool. All right, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant answer. Totally dig that one. Um, so why don't we get stuck into your team for this season? Your
Okay.
season 2 roster. This is the Geodudes' first appearance in the NPBA, and they have drafted a pretty good team, if I do say so myself. They have drafted for their first pick. For you guys at home, the Geodudes roster is first pick down to last pick is left to right, top to bottom, and they have drafted Scizor, Mega Gardevoir in the Mega round, Conkeldurr, Zygarde, Tentacruel, Rotom Heat, Aerodactyl, Jellicent, Lilligant, Miltank, Raichu, and Armaldo. So, you know, a couple of big threats there. The Scizor and the Mega Gardevoir are hugely popular in League format, and for good reason because they're very very good in League format. So it'll be very interesting to see how Frazer actually uses them in the NPBA this season. But why don't you talk us through what your team, Fraser? What was your plan going into the draft, and did you have to make any changes? Just
Uh,
give us the full spiel.
yeah, I get sniped quite a few times, so I had to change a lot of it. But the idea was I wanted to use Mega Gardevoir, so I always needed a counter for that, and the counter was the obvious one was Scissor, just being a steel type and steel bug, and then just basically just trying to really build around Day 2. So like Conkeldurr is obviously just needed that fighting type in your team, just obviously to get rid of normal Pokemon and stuff like that. And Conkeldurr can learn a bunch of good moves like Knock Off and Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch. And then like, I wanted a spinner and a poison Pokemon. I thought none are better than like Tentacruel because it's poison water, plus it has amazing speed. Um, so that also helps me with counters as well towards my team. And I really wanted NT in my team, but I didn't get that. That's the one of the Pokemon that gets sniped, so I settled for Rock Meat. I've never used it before anyway. I always go with Rock Wash, but figuring out I wanted Tentacruel, so I went with that. Um, Jellicent was just a ghost type and another change from Tentacruel. Basically, it's a water Pokemon. I really got to like Jellicent because it's in doubles, it's really defensive and basically can pack a wall up with Scald and its ghost type moves, plus it learns Will-O-Wisp, so it's a big threat as well. I've never really used Lilligant, but I needed a grass type Pokemon, so I thought I'd just draft that and see what it can do. It's pretty weak defensively, but it can pack a punch attacking and stuff like that. Raichu just for fake out pressure and speed. Miltank is basically just for defensive as well, switch ins and stuff like that. So
Miltank is if, in my opinion, I think Miltank in tier 4 is ridiculous. That should have been bumped up to tier 3.
Yeah, well,
It's
good
so good.
experience playing that with you, so it was very fun. Uh,
Oh, yeah, alright, we won't go into them bad memories for you anyways.
um, yeah, so I was just basically trying to build my team around Scissor and Godfall.
Hmm.
To have much counters and switches in and stuff like that as I could. But as I said, being sniped a lot with you and NU, that it just kind of made it a wee bit harder. So, but I'm quite happy with what I've got. I can make it work. So it's
There's,
basically just
you've a couple of you've got a very nice Fairy Dragon Steel Core and Mega Guard versus Zygarde, Mega Guard versus Zygarde and the Scizor. So that'd be very tough to break down, and that's a very notorious core to try and beat between Gem 3, especially with the Zygarde, seeing as how Zygarde can kind of stop them fire types that Mega Guard and Scizor do not like whatsoever. So it's very your higher tier picks are they work very well in synergy, even though you wouldn't think Conkeldurr and Zygarde would have been the top picks for OU.
yeah. Well, as I said, I like Kinkilder. He fits in perfectly to some teams and stuff like that.
Hmm.
He's very very powerful, but it's just obviously he lacks a wee bit of defence and speed. But yeah, I can pack a wall up if I use him right, and Zygarde as well. Just need to get that kind of right move set in him, and then he hopefully will do some damage for me and stuff like that. So yeah, as I said, I just based it around Scizor and Metaglavor, just to have that whole core in my team,
Hmm.
and hopefully it can all work out for me.
Hopefully it does, man. Hopefully you have a bit of success with it. Anyways, um, you mentioned that you got sniped with the Entei. You wanted Entei in UU in tier 2, and it got sniped. Was there any other instances during the draft that you get sniped, and which one really was a sore point for you?
I do remember. I can't remember who it was. Um, wish I could remember. I think I was going to go for. Oh yeah, I do remember. Who was it? It was down this bit. Try to see who took it off me now. I can't even remember who it was, but it was lower layer ones, and the first person took it straight away. It was either PU or NU. Because I really wanted that in my team as well.
Hmm.
But I can't even remember who it was. If you can you remember now?
I don't remember who it was. I do remember you wanting a rock type like myself at the time, but we were going for different. We had our eyes on different
Dilly,
Pokemon.
that's who it was.
The Cradilly, yes.
Yeah, I think that was picked first, and I was second pick, and I was just like, that's why I picked Lilligant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So I was second pick in PU.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah, so he picked Dilly right off the button. So that's why I had to pick Lilligant.
So that was the sorest one for you.
Yeah, that was a sore one.
But
Um,
you're not too innocent of sniping either. There was a couple of people after you picked Mary Gardner that were none too happy with
yeah, the Garborn Scissor. Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with it,
yeah, a
but
lot, a lot of people were very annoyed with that. I know the Zoroarks and the Jigglypuffs, I believe, were not too happy that Mega Gardevoir had been sniped just before they were going up. Like,
well, yeah, I was quite low to the bottom in that. I think I was
yeah,
very
but
close to the end, so a lot of people picked well, they picked very good actually. So I was kind of lucky to get Mega Gardevoir,
yeah,
and then with the Scissor as well, I think I was lucky to get that. But when you get Ferrothorn sitting there as well, he's a great steel type
hmm
to have. But, Ferrothorn hasn't been good with me, so I just want to not pick him anymore. Bad memories of a BGC tournament.
oh, them bad memories always stay with you. It's never the good ones. The good ones are
It's
too far and few between.
Yeah, it's always the bad memories. So
Uh,
I think it was like 5 power whips missed in a row,
oh, JD
and
Mac.
cost me like 5 matches.
Well, hopefully, you won't get that bad hacks in this season, anyways.
Okay, hacks is part of the game, but I think it just
Five power whips missed in a row. That's not hacks. That's just rotten luck.
That's just fair for him being so yeah.
So, is there anyone on your team that you reckon is the weak link, or that you're not too keen that you drafted and you think you could have gotten something better?
Um, Not really. It's all depending how I can work my team. Really, that's the way I kind of look at it. I mean, I've got cover for everything. Um, I got what I need to do, but it's obviously going into the team building. Obviously, if who's going to bring what and stuff like that. So um, the main thing is, as long as somebody doesn't have mold breaker, then I think Rotten Heat will do a bit better.
Hmm.
But with the Tentacruel and Scissor, Arnaldo having Rapid Spin Defog, then I can always protect that, but also the Tentacruel and all that will be taking some hits, kind of clearing that away. But other than that, it's just that Rock Heat, I'd say, is a big weak spot. Maybe Lilligant, I've never used it before, but like I said, it's just down to a good team build for me, I really think. Just really working hard and making sure I can get everything done the way I wanted. So
The Lilligate didn't roll him heat, but you reckon you're confident enough within your team building skills that you'd be able to work with them too.
yeah, I'm confident with that.
Alright, awesome stuff. So, who this season? Who are you not liking, or who do you not fancy facing off against?
Facing off against, well, you'd be the first one. You just won that season there, wouldn't
Oh, you're just saying that to be nice to me now.
you? We always have good battles, but
Mm,
um, the Mega Pincer is
that's
that's
me.
yours, eh?
That's me.
So that'd be you, mate. I see Mega Charizard. That's Hazelton Hoopers. Um,
The Megazard.
yeah, the Mega
That's
Charizard. Yeah,
that's yeah. He's
Hazelton
got the
Hoopers.
the dual weather team.
Um, Other than that, it looks pretty even. I wouldn't say anyone scares me like that.
Yeah.
But well, with Mega Venusaur, I don't have a psychic type.
You.
Oh, wait, Mega Gardevoir.
I was gonna say, you wait, what?
I
But
don't know what reason I picked Mega Gardevoir for.
yeah, but
Um,
Mega Venusaur can kind of, if on it, if Mega Guard has to come in safely, really,
yeah,
for
that's it.
that to work. Like,
Other than that, it looks like it's quite even. I'd say the league.
hmm
Like anyone could win or lose. Um, the Alabama Arcanine's a Hitmonlee. I hate Hitmonlee. He's quite always hard to deal with.
mm.
Um, but nobody drafted Mega Sableye, I don't think, did they? I know somebody's got Sableye.
Let me.
No one's drafted
No,
Mega
no
Sableye.
one drafted the horrendous Mega Sableye Chansey Core. Thankfully, I think Mega Sableye went undrafted.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like an interesting league, and we can all do some uh, good battlings out of it and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think it's quite interesting.
Yeah, hopefully, because last season was very a lot of teams ended up with very even records. So it does seem to be that the skill level for a lot of these players are going to be in around the same ballpark. It just could be just who's sharper on the week that will end up getting the win. But
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just agreeing with you there. Sorry.
Yeah. So but oh, I just have to lose my train of thought. I knew I had something to ask you. Yes. Knowing that everybody's kind of in your opinion very even in the league. What are your expectations for this upcoming season? Like, what's your aim? Are you looking to get playoffs, or just want to make a good first season, get a solid base, and then progress on to next season? Or
Well, I'm a big football soccer fan for the Americans. um, so like I always the way I start a season, right? So um, any team in a football league should be aiming to win at the start of a season. They should just be going all out. There's going to be kind of uh, defensive and that, but you want to play good and stuff like that. You want to have your plan and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So beginning of the season it'll be to go out and win, basically, and have that frame of mind. And
Mhm.
then maybe if I lose, then have a wee kind of rethink about my
Mhm.
my team and plan and stuff like that, and make sure I try. But Yeah, everyone should be aiming to win straight off the bat. That's what everyone's saying. I thought, just mine. So, but yeah, it'll be aiming to win it. So it's a big ask, but as I said, you can only, you can only hope. Is that one way to put it? I see.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're optimistic, and you're just going to take it one game at a time. It seems.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right.
One game at
Okay.
a time.
Well, man, I'm pretty sure after the first few games you'll have a fair understanding about about how your season's going to go.
Oh
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
first game and it's me and you into it, so
Hmm.
go ahead break your wall down.
Yeah, yeah. You're not gonna lie. My first two games are. I'm not looking forward to my first two games at the very least. Actually, my first three. But I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. If I pick up a win against you now, and we'll just start off nice and easy. But just to finish off the interview now, I have five quick fire questions for you. Um, uh, and you just say the first thing that comes into your mind, and that'll be that. It's just simple. It's just nice and fun. Nothing too serious. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So first question. Red or blue?
Red.
Kyogre or Groudon?
Groudon.
X and Y or Oris?
Boris.
Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle.
Charmander.
And finally, your favorite competitive tier.
BGC doubles.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So I didn't know what your favorite starter was for Kanto, so that was pretty cool to find out.
So Charizard's been my favourite since the beginning. But yeah, there's a lot of fire Pokemon I like out there. But
Yeah.
Charizard has been my favourite.
There's just something about that. There's just something about like
It was just something
Charizard.
about that the fire breathing dragon that never was.
That's it. Yeah. You know.
Yeah,
You know. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there today. Thanks very much, Fraser, for coming on the show and taking time out to be interviewed.
no problem.
No problem. For you guys watching at home, a link to Fraser's channel will be in the link it will be in the description down below, as well as mine. Fraser is uploading his NPBA Season 2 battles onto his YouTube channel, so please go down there, check out his channel, check out his content. It's really cool. Click that subscribe button and make sure to check out the Geodudes in this upcoming season. If you enjoyed today's video, please click that like button down below. And if any questions or comments on the video, if you have something you want to ask Fraser or yourself, please comment down below. And if you want to see more NPBA videos coming your way, please click that subscribe down below. My final thanks to Fraser for joining me. And on
No
that
problem.
note, thanks, bud. And on that note, you guys, I'll see you next time.